Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Kingdom Come Deliverance, Blind. Let's talk to Johanka again.
I dealt with those troublemakers. They won't be coming back in a hurry.
Thanks, Henry. I thought they'd never go. You didn't say anything about it to the custodian, did you?
He knows nothing about it. You don't think I need the help of Sir Sebastian to deal with a few thugs, do you?
Good. I wouldn't want him to think I'm in distress.
Oh? Why's that?
Nothing. It's not important. Listen, there's some merchant staying at the Wagoner's Inn who's been asking after me. Would you go with me to see him? I know those thugs are gone, and it should be safe now, but...
Of course I'll go. It's only a stone's throw after all.
Pavel of Kolin, I believe you were asking for me?
Thank you for coming, Johanka. I hope you're not offended by this meeting place. I apologize, but I feel a little confused in your presence. It's your preaching. In truth, I don't know whether I'm speaking to you or the Virgin Mary.
Well, it's not my...
Oh, I'm quite taken by surprise, but it's me, Johanka, and this is Henry. What is it you wanted to see me about, Pavel?
Divine Providence led me back to Sasau after many years, and by the same grace I heard the words you preached, and my eyes were opened.
Just as the Blessed Virgin wanted. Are you troubled by some sin, Pavel?
I've encountered many things in my life, but I never before heard a true prophetess speaking. And you're right. It came to me that it was time for me to make amends for my sin of long ago, and I decided to do some deed for the common good.
You speak very eloquently, Pavel, though a bit mysteriously. I'm not sure I understand you.
I notice you have an armed escort with you.
Henry is my protector, helper, and good friend. Because not everyone in Sasau hears the words of the Virgin with the same piety as you.
This may be yet another ray of divine providence. You see, I'm looking for someone with an adventurous but honest soul. Someone who would find some wealth that I lost and donate it all to the deserving in Sasau.
Aha! Henry here could be just the man you need.
Is that so, Henry?
You won't find a more adventurous soul in these parts.
You speak boldly. That pleases me. Johanka, I'd like to thank you kindly for your visit. I don't wish to detain you any longer.
If you feel we've said all that needs to be said, I'll leave you and Henry to discuss things alone.
So?
Johanka is an exceptional person with an important mission, wouldn't you say?
I'm glad people see her that way, but I just try and help her as an ordinary friend who's concerned about her.
A job like any other, is it?
Anyway, what is it you want help with?
It's like this. In the last year of Emperor Charles's reign, I came here to Sasau to close a profitable deal, but it didn't turn out entirely as planned, and I was obliged to hide some of my money in the woods near the town. Who would even imagine that in the ruins of an old settlement lies a real treasure trove? I tried to go and recover it myself, and I can be glad that I didn't pay for that attempt with my life, as you've probably noticed.
I didn't notice. I didn't notice that you didn't die. No, I did notice. You're very much alive. I'm speaking with you right now.
Yes. You look like you were mauled by a pack of enraged squirrels.
The truth is even more absurd. I simply lost my footing and tumbled downhill. No doubt another divine sign that I ought to leave the search to someone such as yourself.
Okay, so actually I understand it. I understood it entirely wrong. Because I was supposed to notice that he's like dirty or whatever, but he really isn't. He looks fine. To be honest, my character gets more dirty just walking around.
I'm not surprised. Merchants in the wilds are rare species, unlike humans. Where is this treasure of yours, then? I could get the dog to sniff it out.
I'll describe the way there. You can enter the woods between the quarry and the marshland. You can see the spot from here. There's a small stream that flows into the river. Following it upstream seems simple enough, but actually it took me a long time getting up that slope. As I already said, I tripped and rolled quite a way down, after which I considered it wiser to abandon my search. As if that weren't enough, I lost my hat there.
Well, maybe it'll still be there. Unless it's been devoured by some boar with good taste in clothing.
Who knows? If you should find it, you're welcome to have it. As you can see, I've already got a new one. Anyway, at the point where I fell, there's a forest track that joins the stream. If you follow it closely, and you'll need to keep your eyes peeled, you'll come upon the ruins of a settlement. And in one of those ruins, the money is stashed.
Right, quarry, stream, path, ruins. I should be able to remember that. And I should bring the treasure to you.
Actually, I'd rather you made the donation for me. I'm in no shape for running around now. Just come back when you've found it, or not. Meanwhile, I'll give some thought to who we shall donate the money to. Agreed?
Well, how could I refuse a pleasant stroll in the countryside? I'll be happy to go and look for your stash.
You are indeed an adventurous soul, Henry. As I recall, I hid there not only a large amount of groschen, but also something else. Nothing valuable, just a dagger which will be rusty by now. Please bring that to me too, as a memento. Good luck, Henry, and thank you.
Okay, he just told me that, so there's no point in asking again.
Well, couldn't you just donate some other money?
It seems peculiar, I admit, but this treasure has more than a monetary value. It's the embodiment of my guilt, as Johanka said. We are those sinners, and we must rebuild those walls. That's why it must be this money, even if it were only 1 groschen.
When you were talking about donating the money for the common good, what did you have in mind?
The Virgin Mary chose Sasau as the place to reveal her message, didn't she? You don't have to go any further than the Rathaus or the Church of St. Martin. Both places carry the same weight for me. The important thing is, I know Bailiff Hashek or Father Fabian will handle the donation better than, say, the monastery.
Wouldn't you say Johanka's infirmary is working for the common good?
Certainly, but its financial affairs are handled by the monastery, which has a very poor record in that respect.
Then you can go and explain to Johanka and the wounded yourself that they'll suffer on just because you're worried the monastery will build more scaffolding for your money.
That's not how I meant it. It's just that, as a Kolin councillor, I had a certain property dispute with the monastery.
And you'd let my former Skalitz neighbours and Johanka suffer on because of some personal grudge? Do you really think the overseer would give them nothing when it's his duty?
I'd rather the Rathaus or the church had the money. I suppose you're right. I'll allow a donation to the monastery.
Tell me again about this treasure. I don't quite understand its history.
I can't say it's something I care to repeat, but as you wish. I'll spare you any unnecessary details. It really is quite a straightforward story. Many years ago, I was engaged in long-distance trade, and my partners and I made quite a lot of money. I confess that our practices weren't terribly honest.
Oh? How's that?
Well, we sold short measures of cloth, mixed sand with salt, and gave fictitious origin to wines. We passed off local wines as Italian and diluted the good ones with water. It was inevitable that our deceitful dealings would catch up with us, or rather with me. My associates arranged a deal here in Sasau that they contrived to be the last in my life. I am by nature a cautious man, so I wasn't taken by surprise. I was quite prepared for their trap, so I let my associates get caught in their own ambush. And in case any of them should get out of it, I hid some of the money in the woods. Upon my return to Kolin, the council there accepted the remainder of the money with gratitude and absolved me of any blame. They even allowed me to buy myself a bailiff's office. Since King Wenceslas succeeded to the throne, I have lived an honest life and enjoyed a respected station. For that reason, too, I forgot about my treasure until now.
But your deed caught up with you at last.
Just so. He who has acted unrighteously must make amends.
Okay, so between the... he said... It's... between the quarry, which is like over here, and the... So I assume this is the stream actually, which doesn't even appear on the map. It must be really small.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a small stream here,
Yeah.
and it goes into the forest. And indeed, the road is, you know, the path is quite steep. So I could understand the guy tripping. However, what I don't quite understand
Yeah.
is the fact that the stream apparently ends right here, which...
Yeah. 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 There's the quarry. There's the marshland. Now, where's the stream?
Marshland?
Yeah. 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 Here's the stream. I've got to follow its course upstream, deeper into the woods.
So it was the other stream after all. I'm currently right here.
Yeah.
And there's supposed to be a path. Okay, I think that's it. Maybe not yet.
This is quite a hike. No sign of a path yet. Yeah. It must be further on. Here's that footpath. This is definitely the right way.
Pavel of Kolin's chaperone. Okay, so maybe you can return it to him. It's moonshine that somebody has left. For a secret libation. Okay, so this is the path. And there are supposed to be ruins? I will take some meat for the wounded at the monastery. Also, I've gotten a perk in vitality, of all things. If you don't overeat or go hungry for 5 consecutive days, you get +1 bonus on vitality and agility. When you sleep, your health regenerates faster. This is trash. This is a trash perk. So I'll take this, even though I don't think it's going to happen very often. Balance the diet. Okay, I feel like I'm sort of slowly maxing out my attributes and skills. I'm like 1 point short in speech, 3 points short in agility, well, 3 and a bit.
Poaching, are we?
No, I'm on guard against Quumos here, see?
Oh, on the lookout for Qumos, are you?
Aye, the whole countryside's full of them. You must have smelt them yourself.
Oh, I can't say I've smelt any Qumos here lately.
You haven't got a nose for them. Quumos have a funny smell about them, see? Like a mouldy foot rubbed with blueberries.
Is there some abandoned settlement somewhere nearby?
Aye, at the end of the trail through the woods. Just follow it and you'll get to this mysterious kind of place. I saw some mercenaries going there not long ago, probably hunting Quumos. That ain't my style there. I'm more of a sneaky fella. I like to spot them at a distance or crouch behind a wall.
Who were these mercenaries?
Noisy fellas with colourful fabrics. They dropped some flasks along the way. I didn't like the taste, so I stuck them under a fallen tree in the camp there.
Oh, I'll gladly take them.
Well, watch you don't get bellyache from it.
Huh?
Okay. He is allowing me to take those. I'm pretty sure, so I would just will. Okay, good luck with your poaching.
I must remember this spot when I'm on the way back.
Why? Why this spot specifically? I don't quite understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, just a corpse.
Dead and looted. Dead and looted.
And there's a significant carnage that has happened here. Okay, I'll save.
I'll have to comb the whole place.
Because if I died right now, it would be pretty annoying. Custodian's orders.
The bold knight, Sir Sebastian. I suppose I should tell him about it.
I, the bold knight Sir Sebastian von Berg, do hereby charge the man-at-arms Prokish and his company to patrol the Sasau woods and to keep watch and maintain law and order and protect honest folk against Cumans and other brigands, and to seek out and challenge any such foes and deal with them as befits. In these and aforementioned matters they may present themselves and act in my name, saint in Sasau, and witnessed by the Abbot Peter of Sasau Monastery and Bailiff Hashek. Okay. There's a cave in here. I will climb down, actually. Okay, I think the element of surprise might actually be greater if I approach from the edge of the village. That didn't exactly work as far as the element of surprise is concerned.
Csak te fosos!
Okay, there's an archer. Where exactly? Okay, my horse can't carry anymore either.
Who's this then?
That's not it either. Give that cross back, you thieving bastard. There was supposed to be...
This must be someone else's hiding place.
Yeah, right? There was supposed to be a dagger. But he specifically said it's in the ruins? So by that I imagine it's actually somewhere among the buildings. Pavel's dagger. Pavel of Kolin's rusty old dagger, and 1,800 groschen.
Well, now that's quite a pile. And the dagger is here. A real treasure trove.
And decide what to do with the donation. Give the money to the parish priest, to the Sasau Bailiff, or to the... or to the monastery. I think I'll ask all of them what do they plan on doing with that if I were to give them the donation. Obviously that's not the best sort of option, because I imagine all of them could and maybe would lie just to get it and then do whatever with it afterwards. Was I ever inside this church? I think this is like the seven what is it called? The 7 pious virtues or whatever? The 7 virtues of something? Because you get like piety, charity, something like, I don't really remember what's yeah, those are the 7 deadly sins, and the 7 sort of whatever virtues, because it goes like this. Ira is wrath, that's for sure. Avaritia is what's the word? Miserliness is being a cheapskate. Then Gula is gluttony. Oh, the Avaritia is greed. That's the word. Avarice, greed. That's the word I was trying to find. Acedia is sloth. Then Superbia is pride. And then that would lead what? Luxuria would be probably last, and then the last one would be Nvidia, envy. And then you have the seven virtues. which I don't know all of them, but you know, you have what? Haritas, so charity, humilitas, so humility. What's the word? How does that? I'm a bit tired, and humanitas is what would that be? Patientia is obviously patience. Temperantia, temperana is temperance. Then what else is the castitas is chastity. And then what? Industria is like what's the word? Being eager to work. Like, so what's the word for that? Yeah. So I guess that would be it. That would be the 7 virtues, and then you have the 7 deadly sins right here, and there's a face on the devil's ass for whatever reason. Pretty interesting, not gonna lie. Okay, let's talk with the priests and ask them what would they do with the donation if they got it.
I'd like to donate quite a large sum to the Sasau Church.
Pro bonum commune, eh? Well, I'll be very happy to accept it. And I can even tell you what it would be used for, so you know how the common welfare will benefit.
What could I contribute the money to?
Well, requiem masses for the dead can shorten the time the departed spend in purgatory. The greater the donation, the more masses I can say, and the more the saints will intercede. Our house of God is also in need of improvement. Having it decorated would certainly bring credit to the benefactor. It would also be possible to give all the money for poverty relief, so those who are not blessed with property have something to live on.
Okay.
I'll think it over.
Take care.
Poverty relief is definitely something that sounds good to me. However, I will ask the others as well. Like the bailiff and the people at the monastery. What's the bailiff doing by the river?
God's blessings. What can I do for you?
I'd like to donate quite a large sum to the town.
Good heavens! That's not something I hear every day. As the bailiff, naturally, I welcome every gift that benefits the town. You might like to consider some of my proposals.
Well, what could I contribute the money to?
A proper stone bridge is the pride of every good town. Our wooden one serves well enough for now, but God forbid that one day it should collapse under the abbot. The locals are also concerned about the floods we have from time to time. Building a better weir and embankments to contain the river would benefit the situation. Then there's the armory, which burned down a few years ago. We weren't too bothered then, but now, with all the unrest, we could do with some new hauberks, helmets, polearms, and other things.
I'll think it over.
Okay, those options are kind of trash. Like, with exception of the one that safeguards against the flood, because that's actually, you know, that's actually something useful and helpful to the community in general. But for now, I'm leaning either towards the priest's offer of helping the poor, or if I can get some decent declaration from the people at the monastery, then I will donate to the sick.
Yeah.
I hope I can be of help to you, knight.
I have a gift of money for Johanka's infirmary.
Johanka's, you say? I'd like to remind you that the infirmary belongs to the monastery, which decides how to allocate donations. But of course, as long as no other serious issues arise, the infirmary will benefit. Who is the donor?
Wait a while.
Goodbye.
Okay, so he's sort of unwilling to give declarations, like straightforward declarations. So I'm kind of like, I'm worried that they're going to embezzle it all. But obviously the same might happen with the priest. I wonder if Johanka herself will have anything to say. Okay, that's interesting. That's like the eye of providence. Crosses, a duck, or something. I wonder if Johanka herself will have anything to say about this. I will ask her.
God be with you, Henry.
Oh, I've brought something for the sick, which is the meat.
God be with you, Henry.
I brought you something.
That's sweet of you. What is it?
I've got quite a bit of meat. More than I can eat myself. I thought you might be able to use it.
Thank you so much. This will help us a lot. We've barely got enough to eat, you know?
Glad to be of help. Any news about Matthias?
Yes! It's incredible! But he's much better. He's still lying in bed, but he's slowly recovering his strength. And he's got his appetite back. I think he's really going to make a recovery.
See, like I said, Matthias is as tough as an old boot. So this Pavel wants me to make a donation for the common good. Can you advise me who to give the money to?
The infirmary could certainly use some extra coin. Decoctions for fever may not be for the common good, but I can't imagine a better cause.
So should I give the money to you?
No. There's already enough gossip about where I'm getting gifts from. The overseer takes care of all the financial matters for me and Brother Nicodemus.
The thing is, Pavel was concerned that the monastery's building work would swallow up all the money. But I managed to change his mind.
Thank you, Henry. I'm sure the Overseer won't neglect us. God be with you.
Okay, I will give the money to the monastery, and hopefully they are not going to embezzle it all for their construction project.
Take care.
Where's the Overseer? It's not at his office.
About that donation.
To who do we owe our gratitude for this generous gift? Who is the benefactor?
The donation is from Pavel of Kolin.
Indeed. I've heard that he has openly objected to how we handle the monastery's assets. Is he aware of this decision?
I managed to convince him a donation to the monastery would be beneficial for all.
Really? Sounds unlikely, but so be it. How much are we talking about?
Oh, I can share it. Okay. I think I'll give half to him and half to the priest for the poor.
This much. I'll hold on to the rest.
It's not any great amount, but I must express my gratitude. On behalf of the whole Sasau monastery, of course. Goodbye.
Okay. I will...
Yeah.
No, what are you talking about? Go back to Pavel? I don't want to keep the rest of the money.
Yeah.
I want to donate it to a different... If it turns out that by choosing that option, I have embezzled that money, then I am going to be pretty pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
God bless you. What troubles you? Good luck then.
Where's the bailiff right now? I was under the impression that was actually the rat house where Tobias Pfeiffer is standing. But obviously it's a little bit problematic that the door is already locked because okay, so that's not the bailiff's house. That's where the scribe lives.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in me.
Take care.
So how would I... how would I determine where the rat house is? I must admit, it would be easier during the day. Oh, but wait, I'm actually not looking for the bailiff at all.
Heard more merchants were ambushed.
Christ. I'm expecting fabric and thread. If the bandits stole them, I'll have nothing to wear for Voita's dance.
I'm in the same boat. I've got goods ordered too.
Do you know where it happened?
I'm not sure. Everyone has a different story.
Mother of God. What will I do without those fabrics? I can't turn up in my tatty old dress. I'll be a laughing stock. Things are going from bad to worse. It's about time the Lords did something about it.
Indeed. We can only pray for deliverance.
For Kingdom Come Deliverance. If I do say so myself.
Yeah.
What was that?
Is it too late? Okay, I don't want to steal anything. I'm just checking things out. But I don't think there's a place for the priests to sleep, so I have to assume they have their own houses. Which is a bit inconvenient to me. I wonder if it would be feasible. How tired am I? Not that tired actually. So it might be feasible if I just stay in the church and read. Let's read about debauchery. That's the right topic for the church. Can I read this? Nope, still can't. Skalit's priest. I'm not exactly looking for you.
God be with you.
I'm looking for the other priest, but... Oh, okay, he's performing the miracle of levitation. What? So essentially I did steal half of that money. I am pretty infuriated right now. Like, when I declared I'm going to give half, it was obvious to me that I should be able to do something else with the other half. But it seems I can't. What? I'm the sinner in this case. Like, that's stupid. And I feel like the game is stupid for not letting me to give the other half to someone else. I wonder if Henry will admit to stealing half of the money.
Yeah.
That's the bailiff, isn't it? Let's talk to him just to be sure.
Respect for me. But still, they're always coming to me for something. I'll show them. God be with you.
Yeah, I can't. That's stupid. This is stupid. It's a stupidly designed quest.
I did what you asked. I donated the money for the common good.
Thank you. Who did you give the money to?
I gave it all to the monastery overseer. I'm sure it'll go towards Johanka's care for the sick.
Perhaps in the end you did the best thing. Even if it's only a gesture that we are concerned for those poor wretches. Thank you. It was an honor to meet an honorable, selfless man like yourself. God be with you.
Farewell, Pavel.
Goodbye.
Yeah, about that selfless part, I did essentially steal half of it. But in my defense, I totally didn't know it's going to work like that. And in fact, I am pretty pissed about the fact that it did.
Yeah.
So, for the love of God, what have you been doing?
About that burger from Kolin.
How did it go?
It all turned out well. I found that treasure of his, and I even persuaded Pavel to donate it to the infirmary.
Really? That's incredible. Everything is working out in the end. Now, if only Matthias would get better.
What about those thugs? Did they come back again?
No, not at all. It's like the ground swallowed them up. But, Henry, something else has happened.
Oh? What's that?
The Blessed Virgin visited me again, and she gave me a new message. And I must spread the word to the people right away.
What did she show you this time?
You'll find out when the time is right.
Do you really think that's a good idea? The reactions to your first sermon were a bit unpredictable.
But what about the people who come to me, and the ones we helped? This is important, and it's my duty. I can't keep the Virgin's messages to myself. They're meant for everyone.
If you insist. But I better accompany you.
Thanks. Maybe it would be better to avoid the town and meet somewhere out of the way. There's a meadow near the woods by Sasau. It's not too far. We could go there.
What? That's stupid. How... like... Not that I think that her preaching in the middle of the town is not stupid, because I decidedly think it is, and I've commented on it many times already, but if she wants to preach to the people, then what good would going to the forest do?
Is that really necessary?
I think it would be for the best. Anyone who wants to will come, and there are enough who do. We don't have to annoy the others.
Oh,
that's a good point.
Okay, this is a...
We'll set out tomorrow at dawn. In the meanwhile, you can sleep here if you want. I'll find you a bed. If not, just come at dawn. But don't be late.
Thanks for the offer, but I've got some other matters to deal with yet. I'll see you in the morning.
If you must, just don't keep me waiting. God be with you.
Yeah, I have some trade to do. After thinking about it for a while, it's not that bad of a plan, because she's right. Whoever wants to follow her will follow her, and the rest who don't care or like actively dislike her won't be bothered by the fact that she's doing this. But this episode has been long enough, so I'm going to save and end it for now. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!